With a yo ho ho, it's Tale of the Toaster. Welcome back to Let's Play Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stones Thunderflash. In this episode, we head to war with Joan of Arc. Let's go.
Then let us go forth. The knights of France shall flee Orléans.
We can't afford to lose! Everyone! Defend Orléans! Watch out!
This is awful. Joan, we've come to help you. Who's this? I'm Zanark Avalonic, nameless nobody from nowhere. Well, you just said your name, like. An El Dorado agent, I bet. What do you want? Oh, nothing much. I was just looking for someone to play with, you know? Then look somewhere else. We're busy. Let me put it this way. There are two ways to get to the other side of this river. Either you beat me at football, or you swim. I wouldn't rate your chances of swimming all dressed up like that either. So let's play. What? We are Protocol Omega 3.0. Our Lord Zanark has granted us his power to defeat you. You miximax with all of them? Can you even do that? You wanna find out? A football pitch? Is he serious? So how about it? You'd better hurry up if you don't want history to change. Fine, you win. We'll play you. I knew you'd say that. Well, just as soon as we set foot on the battlefield thinking that we're heading for war and all of that, no, we're playing football within the very first minute of being out here. So you need various players on the pitch, which I've already arranged in advance. Well, that settles it. If we have to face this Zanark character, I'd better coach you to victory.
Coach, explain to me, how does one coach?
You coach by leading the team and guiding them to victory.
Ah, we understand. A king, in effect. Very well, we shall deign to coach you, our humble subjects. Dash it all!
Gammon, 3 hot dogs, extra French mustard. Coming up. Phew, so busy. I'm maxed out. Quickly, quickly. Hey, where'd you get off to now? Whoa! It looks like medieval France around the 1420s. Around the Siege of Orléans, if I'm not mistaken. Literally outrageous. The Raimon team coach is, Prince Charles, and today they're facing Protocol Omega 3.0, headed by Zanark Avalonic. This updated team has double the horsepower, and this way past radical climax is set atop the Pont d'Orléans itself. I knew you'd say that. John, hang in there.
I have to do this. They're all looking to me. Why? Why can't I do it? Please, give me strength.
John, they're pushing us back. We can't win like this.
The reinforcements will come. We will prevail. God has promised us this victory.
Why are we being tested this way? What is the voice from heaven telling you? Should we really have trusted you?
I am being guided by a voice from heaven. It's true. You must believe me.
It's no good. We still won't be able to Miximax with her while she's like that.
John!
And here we go. Protocol Omega 3.0 is level 24 with the power of Zanark Avalonic behind them. And despite not even meeting this guy before, we know how powerful Zanark is just from his introduction alone. I've got Goldie up in midfield. She's kind of our wild card who can play in any position. So I'm meeting in the middle. Gabi, of course, with a central defensive position. Just because the story's focusing on him, it doesn't mean we're going to put him somewhere that he can't play. He's very much still in defense. This is our first time playing as Gamma, the captain of Protocol Omega 3.0. But we didn't even get to face him in his natural guise before he's already Miximaxed with Zanark and completely changed appearance. This guy gives plus 50 power to attack tactics at the cost of Team TP, but more importantly, he gives them boosted stats because he's Miximaxed with them. Spirit Miximax. It's good to see it have an effect because I thought it was just going to get forgotten after all this time, to be fair. Okay, Raimon versus Protocol Omega 3.0, playing at Orléans Bridge. Kick off! Exciting, the music's still going at full whack. Let's pass the ball anywhere we like, of course.
Arion, let me deal with this.
Okay.
Yeah, a predictable attack. Smart, just as Lord Zanark said.
Well, thanks for that one, Gabi. We've already lost position, and we go into free time as well. One lead, first time we're getting to use this chap in a while, using Great Wall to stop Gamma in his tracks. But look at that, he's got 72 power on a dribble. We had to go straight in for the special moves to stand any chance of stopping him. I'm going to do something a little bit special just to mix things up. Oh, do you get the joke? I swear I didn't do that on purpose, but why have Ricardo playing as his normal self when he could be Miximaxed? He's got that for a reason. Ricardo has Seal Matrix now that we can use for dribbling, and he kind of needed to given that they got a critical. Whoops. Well, this ain't so good. Gamma almost going for a shot. This really isn't so good, especially when we've got a coach on side who doesn't even know what football is. I know that Wonderbot is not exactly the most qualified coach, but at least he understands the concept of football, unlike Prince Charles, it's just a foreign concept to. Now the goalkeeper is bringing out Las Vega. That's, I believe, the same spirit that has been used previously by other goalkeepers of Protocol Omega, but this is a brand new goalkeeper nevertheless. I really wanted Faye to get the ball there because he's got a brand new shooting move, Astro Break, which I gave to him through a move manual, and I thought that was my chance. Wasn't going to go in, of course, with the spirits on deck, but not even Arion could take the ball from this guy. It falls to Goldie instead to show why we've got this kind of accidental time paradox on our team.
Goody piggy! I'm so happy that I have a Scottish accent for talking with.
Oh, 'twas well played, Lady Goldie. A marvellous technique.
You have to be light on your feet in football, and this puts a spring in my step. You'll never defeat us.
Well, we've beaten all your other Protocol Omega goons, so we'll see what we can do. Oh, the movement speed on these guys I couldn't keep up with.
Goldie even has a long shot, so I could have shot from where I was, but they just got me straight away. It falls to Gabi instead. Come on, this is your chapter. You're doing this for Joan of Arc. Good. I'm glad Mystic Mist didn't fail of all things. We only got Mystic Mist not too long ago. It came just in the nick of time. But Faye, are you offside? He's not. So this is not going to go in. But as a tribute to my favourite character in the Inazuma 11 series, Jordan Greenway, show us that Astro Break. I've even given it to the kind of green-haired character. I mean, what colour would you say Faye's hair is? Turquoise would be the answer, but it's kind of more green than blue, I guess. I've never seen such a light green used for any purpose. But anyway, at least we got to see Astro Break. And yeah, this is just a matter of running down the clock, it would seem. We're not going to be getting past the goalkeeper while he's got his spirit up unless I bring out a spirit of my own, which Victor has and should probably use given the circumstance. We don't want to just mess up time and whatnot. Let's go straight for the Armify. You know, if you want to make a spirit last, then you should be summoning it normally, getting a goal just with your regular spirit, and then you switch to Armify afterwards. But I just want to go straight for the Doom Dive Drive because we've not actually had it that long. And, you know, victory's not exactly a focus of this match. And 413 power, I have little doubts that that is going in. We've stunned the goalkeeper in the process as well, and that's a good start after a little bit of a delay. Okay, straight back into the action. So let's have a think. So Protocol Omega 3.0, they've got quite a few new players, but some of them are still straggling. I can't believe, to be quite honest, that Mike is still on the team. I say as he goes for a shot right now, but Mike was, like, he was kicked off the team. Argos said, right, that's it, you're going to the Contra facility. But then Beta talked him round. Mike stayed on the team. Beta's long gone now. There's a shout out to Dvalin. We've had Jordan and Dvalin getting shout outs along the way here and go straight for a flying fish to reverse the tables. But yeah, they could have kicked Mike off by now, but they've actually decided to keep him, and he's been the longest running member of the team. Now, I see an interesting opportunity here. Flying Fish had long lost its power, we're already down to 75 on it, but Aaron's going to top it up to 142, and straight away, Armified Victor is going to get another Doom Dive drive in there, without even sparing any TP to do it, because it's part of a shot chain and he's already Armified, and suddenly our Flying Fish has turned into a 257 power shot, which is going to put this guy in real danger. I think he'll be able to stop it nonetheless with Keeper Command 07, but it was rough. We've even stunned him, so he might be able to do so. Oh, he duped me there. I didn't see that coming. He kicked it away right at the last minute. Fair enough. No, I think we can get this last goal with Victor to get a 2-0 lead, to get past this Zanark goon so that we can actually get back to the war that we're supposed to be focusing on. Anything would score right now. Even a regular kick would comfortably go in, but we've got to go for the style. Doom Sword Slash, Victor's very first move. Actually, he put up more of a resistance than I thought to say that he's stunned, but we've got it in regardless. That's a good goal. Zanark, of course, focusing on a coaching role. We know that he's given his power to these guys. We don't know how he functions as a coach, but certainly our Prince Charles guy, that's, you know, I'll kind of wait until the second half to go into that, just in case he has any conversations in the halfway mark. But, I mean, what would you expect that guy to do as our coach that Wonderbot couldn't do? I mean, really. But, anyway, we'll obviously go into some closing thoughts on this chapter a little bit early, and I like it because we're in Europe. I'm European. Granted, this chapter is very much against the English, but it is true, this is a real situation where England were attacking France and France were defending themselves, and just because I live in England doesn't mean I defend all of their actions as of late. Far, far from it. So yeah, I have to pretend to be against the English in this situation, but At least they're mentioned, and then more importantly, yeah, we're in Europe, we're getting more French accents. The game had enough French accents already, but we might as well just go all out. But this is a much more serious chapter than the last one. You know, the last... Wow, they actually scored on us. That was Gamma's voice rather than Zanark's. Not what I was expecting, but I appreciate it. Yeah, the last chapter had a lot of jokes and comedy in it because the game, you know, kind of knew the situation it was in. It's a kind of a ridiculous concept, Chrono Stones, but this one has been a lot more serious.
Come on, we have to be brave for Joan. She'll make it through this. I know, but... if I run away, we will lose this war. The people of France will suffer forever. I was chosen for this.
Joan, you can do things other people can't. That's why you were chosen.
Can I really?
She can do it. She's powerful, even if she doesn't know it. Powerful enough to Miximax.
Right.
I have to be like Joan and find something that no one else can do.
The halftime break is over. Protocol Omega 3.0 surfing to the second half with the ball. And for that, I want to make a change in formation because we Miximaxed Ricardo right at the start, and he's been running down his stamina, presumably. But, you know, he's not actually had possession of the ball throughout this Miximax. So let's try and get him involved.
Let's go. I'll stop you.
Woo! And Garcia slams right into the enemy lines.
Ah, pathetic.
The enemy are approaching Raimon's goal.
Oh, I can't do anything right.
Rick, you saw your chance and took it. You made the right call. I trust you to defend us, Gabi.
You trust me?
First his fighting spirit, then Miximaxing, and now his fighting spirit is armor fight. Who wouldn't be jealous? You're jealous.
Aitor was right. I was so jealous. Just because Rick is always so much better than me. Joan! Can you hear me?
Gabi?
I know what I have to do now! I'm not supposed to be the leader. I'm not meant to be in front of everyone. I need to support them so they can attack and win. And you know what you have to do. They need you.
But I can't. What use am I? I don't even know if it was really God that spoke to me.
You can't doubt yourself now. I don't doubt you. I believe you. As long as you believe, then everyone else will believe too. And they'll follow you.
Yes!
Oh! Stand up, bearer, Brunhilde! A fighting spirit!
Magnifique!
Well, that came out of nowhere. Gabi has a fighting spirit. And we're going to use it to help advance the gauge right now. Gabi, you could just blast past. He could even try and go for a goal if he got far enough. He cannot armorify, so he's only used for just getting past people right now and defending when needed to. He does have a special move for defensive purposes. The first fighting spirit on a Raimon player to actually be a defensive fighting spirit. Because in the last game we only had the 5, and they were all midfielders, strikers or goalkeepers. We didn't have a defensive fighting spirit, but now we do, and Gabi makes sense as the first person to get one. Makes total sense, and he's lost the ball by being tripped up, but Arian is there in support, you know, showing the role that Gabi also believes in. You know what you need to do on this team, and then Gabi's got this far enough. now Arian will be the one to go for goal. Especially now that Protocol Omega's goalkeeper has run out. Now what the... Excuse me! Well, never mind, let's not freak out about it. I don't know how that happened, but Miximax Ricardo is just going to ignore the spin out entirely. Let's go! Persona 5 Ephemeral Boost! Absolutely phenomenal. I love that so much, and this should help to advance the gauge nearly in full. Get straight past Keeper Command. And that shows you what Gabi can do. He's not going to be scoring the goals. He's not even going to do a great deal of the midfielding, but he is a defender and he fulfills that purpose well. And so Joan of Arc just needs to know the same message. She may not fight directly, but she's very, very important in support, and as soon as she realizes that, she will be able to send that morale back to the troops. Let's show off Valkyrie's signal.
Wow, that move was incredible, Gabi. She's like a warrior goddess.
Believe in yourself. Trust your own eyes and ears.
But I just can't. I can't believe in myself anymore. But you're right. I have to. Perhaps I am not destined to be a fierce knight, but I can lead my people to victory with my knowledge. I can raise their spirits and give them courage. Hear me, fellow warriors. Put fire in your hearts and believe in our victory. We must have courage. For God is on our side. And by this flag, I promise you, this day we will prevail!
That's the spirit. It's time. Let's get this Miximax done and dusted. Goldie, are you ready?
Wait a second. Shouldn't you be asking Gabi? Gabi's the one who's earned this. No one else could Miximax with Joan.
Are you sure? Well, all right then. Gabi, you're up. Miximax, activate! Mixed to the max!
Now that's it. We're going to mix up some genders after all. Sorry, Goldie, but you'll get your time probably. We can now use Le Flamme, so once we've run out our fighting spirit, we'll be able to show that off. So yeah, oh, he's actually lost the fighting spirit already, so obviously Le Flamme is a defensive move, so we need them to have possession of the ball before we get to see it, but what a revolutionary change on Gabi. This poor guy was already getting confused for being a girl before this game happened, and then, yep, the confusion just got even greater, but that's fine. And he's already gone back to normal. Oh, he just ran out of stamina from running around too much. Well, sorry, that was my fault. Guess we won't be seeing Le Flamme, but it's a good defensive move, and I will show it off at some point, and at least, you know, we got the whole message across. Joan and Gabi have reached their true power, and the war will be won, ideally. Just had enough power in me to use Ephemeral Boost. Almost missed the chance. But in the last 10 minutes, let's touch upon something that's not really touched upon in the game, and that is Prince Charles as a coach, because, as you would understand, he's a bit rubbish. You know, it makes sense. What the hell would he know? But, you know, they use that to their advantage in the anime, and Prince Charles just kind of comes up with his own strategy, which makes no sense whatsoever. The core principle is that he's trying to tire out the opponents by just making you run around pointlessly. You run up the field and then run straight back. You make no offensive moves whatsoever. And eventually, like, the first half ends with Protocol Omega 1-0 in the lead. But it makes Protocol Omega so angry that Raimon do manage to break through it in the end. And, you know, Prince Charles is just as surprised as everyone else when it actually works. I think he was just making it up as he went along. But it did reach a good conclusion in the end. Whereas here, he's just totally uninvolved. Goldie... Ah, no, too far away. I wanted to go for one last long shot with her. Instead, it's going to be Juliet making the long shot. Giving us a bit of a flashback to Genesis, Bellatrix there. A villainous female with blue hair that everyone in the fandom likes. But yeah, so Prince Charles, you know, not up to much, but at least he does something, and I can't believe Combustion Catch is actually finding a use at this point in the game, but fair enough, not going to complain. Sorry, Gabi, I know I've exhausted you. Another spirit's coming out, I'm not going to bother. I mean, I could Spirit Link to bring Brynhilde back out, but yeah, let's see. Lycaon, how do you say it? If it was Lycan, then I'd understand, but I have to chuck in an extra letter. But yeah, so this chapter, it's good because European, it's a change of pace. I do prefer the non-serious chapters like the last one to these entirely serious ones, but I also have to admit, when Gabi started rallying the troops in the anime adaptation of this episode, I nearly cried. It just really hit a good mark. And you know, this chapter is very light on football. This is the only match in the whole chapter, but it's a meaningful one. We will never lose to Protocol Omega 3.0. We beat them on our first try, including the defeat of the mighty Zanark, despite suffering another goal. Oh, Gami is supposed to say something else. But, that is it for the match. 4-2 as opposed to 2-1, which the actual anime had. Full time. What a good turnout.
Ugh, we lost. How late? That was absolutely better.
Let's have a look at those level ups in the blasting wind. We've got the starter ticket 2 for even more competition routes in Steve's side of things.
Onwards for France!
Follow me!
Well, you were no use at all. How dare you! How dare you manipulate someone of my caliber! Bye now.
God has led us to this triumph!
I knew you could do it, Joan.